How to add a contact form on Google Sites. Hey guys, welcome back. So for any website, it's very essential that your viewers are able to get in touch with you, and you can easily embed a contact form in Google Sites. You don't have to use any third-party apps. We're going to be using Google Forms to do this. So let's get into it. First off, open up your Google website. Once you do that, you can choose where you want to insert your particular contact form. So for us, let's say I want to build a separate page, which is going to be our Contact Us page, and I want to insert my contact form in that page. I can go into Pages, click on Add New Page, and this is going to be our Contact Us page. And I'm going to click on Done. I'm going to change the header to be just a banner, and then below that I just want a Contact Us page. So once I've done that, I'm going to click on Publish on the top left just to publish these changes. Now after that, I am going to go into Google Forms. For that, just head on over to google.com/forms. Now once you've done that, click on Try Forms for Work, or just click on Go to Forms. And now once you go into Google Forms, you're going to click on Blank Form. Once we open up the blank form, we can get started with building our own custom form. So the first thing you're going to do is add your contact form name. So we're going to add our contact form, and then on the top left, you want to make sure that the same name has been applied. And then below that, you can insert a description. So this can be for your customers to get in touch with you. Get in touch with us, like this. Now below that, you have your questions. So these are not going to be multiple choice questions. I want people to answer these. So I will click on the right drop down over here and click on Short Answer. And the first question you're going to add is email address, or your email, like this, and people can type in a short answer text. And I will make this a required answer. Below that, you have description and response validation. So you can add a description if you are asking for some complicated fields, but I am not, because email is pretty, standard. And then after that, you have the response validation. So if the text doesn't contain at the rate of, then I want to say error, because I want people to actually add their real email. So I can add this validation requirement to make sure that when people are answering these short answers, they are actually accurate answers. And this is going to be a required field. Now, once I've done that, I will build my second question. So as you guys can see, you have add section over here. And this can be in two sections, but I don't like to, build different sections. Instead, you can just go on ahead and take a look at your pre-existing question, and then just click on Add Question over here. Now, our second question would be your full name. I'm just going to add full name, and then change the answer to a short answer. And I'm also making this a required field. Now, I can't really build a validation for this because people's name could be really anything. And then I just want to let people type in whatever they want. Below that, I have the duplicate field, and I'm just going to duplicate it for my third field in my contact form. And let's say this might be their email and their phone number, like this. And you can change this from a short answer to maybe a paragraph, but it's just a number, so I just leave it at a short answer. And then after that, I can go on ahead, click on response validation. Let's say I want the text doesn't contain, and then you can enter the alphabet. So, you can type it in with a comma, and you can add that, but it's really not that difficult, because if people are going to provide their number, I just want to let them provide their own number. However, you can also put some validation fields, but if you have your contact form built for a global audience, you can't really build restrictions on this. And I'm not going to make this a required field. Now, in each field, you can add your own image as well. And you can go on ahead and just go into your Google Images and use one of the images in Google Images as well, like this. And this can insert a image over here, but we don't want to, insert random images. So I'm going to delete it, but if you want, you always do have the option to insert these images. So I am actually going to delete them. because I don't need images, but I might want to insert an image in the top of our form. So I can click on add images in the title, and then I'll just go into Google Images like this, and then choose any image from here and just click on insert. Now, after I might have inserted the image, I might want to reduce the size a little and then just place it a bit differently as well. So, I'll leave it at over here, and I want to align it to the center. And I think I don't want any images because I feel like it just looks cleaner. And now, once you have designed your questions for your contact form, you're going to go into the responses. Now, you want to make sure that you are accepting responses over here. And then after that, you can also select a destination for your responses for Google to automatically build a Excel sheet or, a Google sheet for you where you have all of the responses. Then after that, you have settings, which are the most important. So you're going to go into settings, and then you have response settings. Below that, you also have the limit to one response and then the presentation. Now, in your presentation, you're going to click on that, and then at the bottom of these, you have the disable autosave for all respondents. Now, you also want to autosave or enable this because this will automatically start saving whatever people are typing, and this makes sure that if someone actually doesn't submit their form, you're going to have all the information because they were auto-saving it. Now below that, you have your defaults, which is your form default, and then your question defaults. Now, once you have completed this, just go on ahead and save. Now you can click on send over here, and then after that, you're just going to go into the embed section and you can embed your form. However, it's not necessary, just build your form, and once you have completed building your form, you're going to go back into Google Sites. Now, once you go into Google Sites, click on Insert. Once you scroll on the right panel, you have the option of Forms over here. Click on Forms, and this will show you your form that you just created. Select this form, and then click on Insert on the bottom right. Once you click on Insert, your form will be embedded. Now, you can just resize your form so it is going to fit into your contact form page. And then once you have completed this, just click on Publish on the top right. Now, once we have clicked on Publish, let's take a look at our Google Sites website. So this is our website over here. And now if I click on the Contact Us page, this is the Contact Us page. And I'm just going to go on ahead. And once I go into the Contact Us page, we have the contact form, get in touch with us, your answer, the email section, the full name, the phone number. This is a required questions, indicates required questions. And just like that, we have our contact form built. So I hope you guys found this video helpful and you are now able to insert your contact forms in your Google Sites. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.